Hi, I'm Chef Gail Sokol and welcome to my kitchen. Today it's all about brownies. And you know, if you've been watching me a bit, that I love brownies and there's not one brownie recipe I have not tried. And if you have any, I'll try them because I'm a brownie crazy person. I love a brownie. I love a good brownie. So this type of brownie has brown sugar in it. We're doing half granulated and half brown. And it's gonna have this caramelly flavor and it's gonna be a little darker. Oh, it's so fudgy and delicious. It is well worth making it and it's easy. So before we get started, you know what I'm gonna ask you. Please click that notification button so you can become a subscriber because I don't want you to miss any of my tips or videos because they're awesome. And I love having you with me in my kitchen. I really do. All right, so these brownies are easy and quick. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And before I even did anything, in a double boiler, which means I took about 1 to 2 inches of water, brought it to a boil on the stove, removed it off the heat after it came to a boil, and then in here I put 1 cup of chocolate chips, semi-sweet chocolate chips, high quality semi-sweet chocolate chips, and then I put 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter and 5 tablespoons of vegetable oil. You can use canola, you can use coconut. I love the combination of butter and oil because in a brownie especially, because it really helps to make a crinkly top. And I'll give you some other hints how to make a crinkly top in a second. So we're not gonna use that chocolate, butter, and oil mixture just yet. We're gonna set it aside, let it cool down just a bit. And first I'm going to whisk my dry ingredients. But before I even do that, I want to show you first how I prepared my pan. I'm sorry, I forgot to do that. This is a 8-inch square pan. You can use an 8-inch or a 9-inch, whatever you decide. It could be Pyrex, could be dark pan, aluminum pan, whatever you want. I took 2 pieces of parchment and I crisscrossed them. All right, so I made them long enough that they overhang. Okay, so when I crisscross them, one will cover 2 sides and the other will cover the other 2. Sprayed the pan first with nonstick cooking spray, then put my parchment in, crisscross. You can even spray one first so the top one sticks to the second one. Push it down, and then I have metal clips. Make sure they're completely metal. If you're using them, if you don't want to, you don't have to. But I find it keeps the parchment paper down so you don't have to worry about it getting stuck or moving around during baking. And then spray the top of the parchment with nonstick cooking spray and set it aside. That'll guarantee without a shadow of a doubt that your brownies are going to come out of that pan. Okay, dry ingredients. Half a cup. The less flour a brownie has, the fudgier it is. Very true fact. So I'm only using half a cup plus 2 tablespoons of flour in the whole brownie. That's it. Half a teaspoon of kosher salt, because I like a little kick of salt in my brownie. And 1/4 cup, this is another reason why these brownies are so dark, Dutch processed cocoa powder. So Dutch process is not acidic like natural cocoa powder. It's a little richer and it has a very dark color to it. So it's going to make a really, really dark, fudgy brownie. So I'm going to just whisk those together, those dry ingredients. Very easy, very, very, very easy. And then I'm going to steal this whisk to come over to my big mixing bowl. I don't even need a mixer for this. It's so easy. And in here, I have 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar. And then I have 3/4 of a cup of dark brown sugar. That's the brown sugar that's going to make this brownie sort of taste with a hint of caramel. And it's going to be absolutely delicious. And I'm going to whisk it up. You don't want any lumps in your brown sugar. So I'm just going to whisk them. You can see I'm just whisking them together. You can even use your hands to sort of squeeze the clumps out. Sometimes brown sugar clumps up. And just go around. All right, and if you see, sometimes you'll see something in a brown sugar like this. It's just a clump of the brown sugar. And if you just squeeze it, you can actually get it to dissolve a little bit in your hands, you know, like break up. So brown sugar versus dark brown sugar, light brown sugar versus dark brown sugar. I mean, dark brown sugar has a little more molasses in it. It's less refined than light brown sugar. And I like it because it tastes like caramel. It tastes really, really good. Now, 3 whole eggs added to the sugar mixture. All right. Now we're going to whisk these like our life depended on it. And the reason we're doing this is we want to dissolve the sugar a little bit in the eggs. And the reason we're going to do it, oh, this is nothing yet. Wait a minute. Wait till I get started. So you really want to whisk this, like I said, like your life depends on it. Vigorously, I said in my directions, vigorously. And your arm muscles will thank you. So I'm just going to go around, and what you're really going to see is a darker color because of the brown sugar. And if your right arm gets tired, switch. And just do this for a couple minutes. This will dissolve that sugar. And when you dissolve the sugar into the eggs, and then you bake, when everything gets together and you bake those brownies, it'll get that nice, thin, crinkly top on it, which I love. And that is because as it cools, the sugar recrystallizes. And it actually creates this like thin, almost crispy little top on it. And I love that about a brownie. And you can actually see the sugar dissolve because it actually gets a little lighter in color. It's not as dark as it was. And it's hard to tell because there is dark brown sugar in it, but it did lighten up a little bit. And I would consider this whisking vigorously, right? So have fun with it. And then keep your whisk handy. And then we're going to add our slightly cooled, it doesn't have to be cool, but slightly cooled chocolate, oil, and butter. We're going to get that all in there. And I'm going to grab a little help from my rubber spatula. So get every bit of that chocolate off if you can. And I'm going to get everything out of my bowl if I can. All the chocolate and the butter and the oil. So these are going to work together to make you an incredible brownie. Now at this point, I'm going to whisk the chocolate into the egg mixture. And then I'm going to put the whisk down. I'm just going to fold in my dry ingredients because once you have flour in there, you don't want to overmix because you don't want to develop gluten. If you develop gluten, your chewy brownies are going to be tough. And that's not a Chef Gail approved brownie. I like them fudgy and just soft enough to break up. And I also like the edges to be a little crispy too. So once that's in there, just get rid of that whisk. Get everything out of it. And then we are just going to get rid of that. And then we're going to take all our dry ingredients, get them right in. Okay. And then you're going to sort of fold that together. And I don't mean folding like you're making a sponge cake, but you're just going to gently mix. And if you mix too hard, the other reason it's going to go all over you. Another reason not to do that. So just fold, you know, sort of a gentle mix. And we're going to put this in our pan and bake it for about 33 minutes. My oven tends to run a little hot, but if you start at 33 minutes, stick a knife in. After 33 minutes, stick a knife in. And if a small amount of batter comes out with the knife, just a tiny little bit of, it wouldn't be batter at that point, it would just be brownie, like a moist brownie center. Very slight a bit will cling. Some crumbs will cling to that knife. That is the time to take it out because there's carryover cooking, and that will ensure a very nice fudgy brownie. All right. So just go around, get all your dry ingredients. Do not overmix. You see that? Forgot one thing. It's a coming right here, my offset spatula. So I'm going to take my big bowl and all my brownie batter, and I'm going to get that in there. And this is a really nice brownie batter. You can see it's thick, it's sticky, it's really, really combined. Everything is combined. I don't see any flour in there. I don't see anything that I shouldn't be seeing. You shouldn't be seeing any streaks of anything. And if you want to embellish this with nuts, either in the brownie or on top or extra chips, you can do that. I just was trying to be a purist right now. Only we're making that one switch with half brown sugar, which really makes a difference. Oh, it's so good. So good. That was probably the only thing I haven't tried with a brownie, is making it with half brown sugar. So I'm going to just, and look at these clips really help. So I'm just going to spread. Use this offset spatula. You can use a butter knife. Don't use your rubber spatula. It's too big. And you want to really get it all into the edges, all four edges, and smooth it out. The smoother your surface, the flatter your brownie. You don't want any lumps or bumps or camel humps. All right, and even I laugh at my own jokes. I know you don't have to. It's okay. I get it. All right, so you see that? All right, doesn't look like much now, but in the oven, 350 degrees for 33 minutes. Put a knife in the center. And when it comes out, very gently take it out. Should have a few crumbs of the brownie attached to it. Perfect. Take it out and let it cool. I'll see you back. My brown sugar brownies came out of the oven after 33 minutes with just a little bit of the brownie sticking to the knife when I put it in the center. Perfect. I let them cool. I took them out and I'm cutting. Now, I always cut the edges off, okay? Sometimes they're a little bit crustier, but I like those for myself. Just a little, I'm confessing to you, just you. I know you wouldn't tell anybody, but I love those. Anyway, let me show you how crackly these look. All right, let me just show you. So inside, you can see with that brown sugar how nice and dark it made it. And they're absolutely beautiful. So I usually get about 9 out of these. If you want to cut them smaller, you can. I'm going to put them on a nice plate. And just make them real pretty and cut off. If you want to cut that little end off, you can. Julie, yummy. These brown sugar brownies are outrageous, and I really recommend you make them. You can see they're just like an iconic brownie, but with a little something extra. I hope you become a subscriber. I hope you make this recipe. Till next time.